I'm telling you guys, Ohio is doomed, and Ohio isn't the only one going down. There's a bunch of other locations that are looking really bad. I believe one heavy suspicion is our water is under attack. Pretty soon, we're only gonna have bottled water, especially at this rate. I need to give you an update on what's going on with these banks. A serious concern, and some other comments from folks, stuff that you guys need to hear coming right up. If you guys are brand new here, welcome to our awesome community where we go over prepping tips, emergency preparedness how-tos, and most importantly, awareness, news that could affect you. If you happen to find value in that, be sure to hit the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Guys, we've got some crazy stuff to go over. We've got people writing in on stuff that's happening on the homestead. We've got Jack writing in, giving me a really good article on this 1,400 tons of hazardous waste material going into the river. We've got comments about stuff being hidden under Lake Erie. But first, let's start with this new spill in the Ohio River that everyone's talking about. Now, if you haven't heard about this, this is a barge carrying 1,400 tons of hazardous materials. Crashes into Ohio River. Coast Guard is investigating. A real quick summary. A barge carrying 1,400 tons of toxic methanol broke loose from a tugboat early Tuesday and has become submerged in the Ohio River after crashing into a dam in Kentucky. Officials said that the U.S. Coast Guard is investigating the incident. According to a press release, the Louisiana officials of a vessel hauling 11 barrels made contact with a stationary structure at the entrance to the Portland Canal near the McAlpine Lock and Dam. Now on Twitter, Steve Peters is reporting a disaster alert. They're saying that multiple disaster teams are on scene. Now I'll leave a link to this article down in the description below, but are we seriously talking about Ohio being completely doomed at this rate? I'm seeing it's getting hit from all sides. I don't even think that water will be safe ever again. You need to remember these rivers go a lot of places. This is where a lot of people get their water for feeding their crops, which waters the food which you are buying in the grocery stores. Getting a lot of people writing in saying that someone is trying to contaminate all of our water sources, so we are reliant on bottled water. Having to be on high alert, everything involving water. Community member Serena writes in and says, from News Radio KYW, article reads, if a chemical spill gets into the water supply, we won't be able to boil our way out of it, says Rutgers Camden chemist. That's right, guys, this is getting concerning. Quick summary on this, more than 8,000 gallons of chemicals used to make latex paint spilled into the Delaware River on Friday. The chemist adds this, chemist professor David Sales de la Cruz says they are synthetic polymers soluble in water that are fatal if suggested in large quantities. Did you guys hear that? Fatal when consumed in large quantities. A large quantity just went into the river. For the same reason, boiling paint doesn't make it any safer to drink. It won't remove the chemicals, it will just evaporate the water and leave the chemicals. Now, have you guys ever thought about it that way? That was a very good descriptive way to help people understand. You go boil paint, it's gonna evaporate the water, and all you got is chemicals left. This is getting even more and more concerning. I'll leave a link to this article down in the description as well. Now, before we get to some of this other crazy stuff, let me add, it's becoming super clear that the safety and your future is starting to become more in your hands, not the people that we get everything from. It's clear that if you want a difference, you're gonna have to make it happen. That's right, if you want American made, local made, it's up to you to find that these days, because otherwise you're supporting the big agenda. You're supporting the global elites and what they're putting on the shelves, because they control that now. It's gotten to the point where you have to make sure you know what you're supporting. Otherwise, you're supporting them and their agenda. And what do you guys think that they're up to? Lots of catastrophe out there these days with no explanations. So it makes you wonder, when they control all the brands that are lining the shelves at all these big box stores, all these big grocery stores, what exactly are they giving us? Have you noticed that you can't understand the ingredients labels and that a lot of things aren't getting put on those ingredients labels anymore? And if you do your research, you'll find that some of those things are biomade, some of those things are made in labs, some of those things have created hundreds and thousands of lawsuits that you don't hear about. So how much confidence do you have in the safety of all that stuff that you buy from month to month? Which reminds me, if you guys haven't seen this video right here, I'm gonna put this one down in the description also at the end of this video so that you guys can watch it. If you haven't watched it and you found interest in what I just said, a lot more value in that video. So guys, that's why I founded this project, America First. If you're as passionate as me about making a solid difference on how you spend your money every single month and what you're buying, if you care about it, then you're like me and you can make a difference on those consumer goods that you spend your hard-earned money from month to month. Talk about safer stuff, better stuff in your home that you can trust. And now I've noticed a lot of our community are into buying local stuff from local farmers, farmers markets, making your own consumer goods at home, and that is awesome. I'm 100% behind that. For those of you that are here that are not at that level, we can help you. We can definitely educate you and show you how to make a difference for you guys and your family and stop supporting the madness. We're talking about safer stuff in your homes without any new spending. And you'll also be supporting American-made 100% and family-owned. A good change in this time of madness that you can stand behind and be proud of. Right here, guys, is my very own website to our American First project, where you can get more free information from community members from our community right here on RHL. Folks that felt the same way about this as me, offered to help, have a little bit of experience, and also wanted to help make a difference. And I'm proud to say it's going awesome. We're helping hundreds, even thousands. So if that sounds intriguing in any way, at least come get some more information, see what we're up to, www.switchwithrhl.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, and moving right along, Richard writes in and says, did you know that Lake Erie has toxic barrels underneath stored? Do you guys know anything about that? Not sure if it's true, but you guys let me know. But apparently there's some rumors going on out there that there is toxic barrels underneath the lake. And check out this crazy story coming from Heather. Sounds like she's on a homestead. My local township couldn't take my goats, sheep, and cows and chickens away because of my zoning, but they found a loophole and forbid me from sheltering them in my barn. I had to build a movable lean-to and cannot allow them in my huge animal barn. Nobody can believe it. Such a joke. So you guys see what's going on. In my opinion, it sounds like they don't want us to be able to take care of ourselves. They want us to rely on them for all the food, which they're processing. They want us to apparently rely on them for water because that's becoming all contaminated. And guys, this isn't just happening in the US. Check this out. Hi Cohen. This is from Kay in the UK. In Mansfield, we had a very large fire last week at a closed recycling factory that has been there for years. It took 3 days to put out the fire. That's huge. I was wondering at what point we would start having similar events to you in the US. Hope this helps with your channel. Keep up the great work. And here's the reality to what he's saying. The folks at the very top, if you believe that they're in control of all these catastrophes, it's not just the United States. They have a much bigger umbrella, and I think you guys all know what it's called. The idea behind that big group is they think that we're overpopulated, so they have plans to lower that number. I'm not sure if y'all have looked into that, but that's a real thing. They've also got plans to have one worldwide leadership. So one big umbrella, not a bunch of countries that can make up their own decisions and have their own laws. They want to have one big umbrella. And I get plenty of people that write in about this, and a lot of these catastrophes kind of play into what many would think is unfolding. We've also got Mario writing in, warning the community, 30% chance of significant weather, severe weather, including tornadoes. We're talking about massive blizzards in the northern states and possible flooding by the end of the week. He also adds that people in East Palestine are still drinking toxic, poisonous water and breathing in that noxious air on top of other radiological and chemical crap. It's utterly disgusting. And that's a common opinion with many people. A lot of people don't think that everything is cleaned up over there as much as they're saying it is. So I'll also leave a link down in the description below for a little bit of this weather warning. Another buzz that's going on right now is this Nashville shooting. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about this, but here's the big question that I saw come up, and I agree with this question. How was the security camera released so fast to the public? Does that make any sense? Like, we saw security footage of this at the same time as we were hearing about this. Is there a reason why this security footage was released so quick? And who had the authority to release it? Definitely makes a person wonder. If you guys have any additional things to add to that, comments below. And a quick note on the banking system. So we've got the Credit Suisse bank in Europe crumbling. And a lot of people are losing their deposits. We're seeing a downward slide with all of the banking system. The small banks are starting to suffer. Well, we know that the big banks never wanted the small banks to begin with. So that is going to be the first thing out the door. Is all these small banks are going to get pushed out of the way, and these big global banks are going to rise to the top and be the only ones there. Why? Well, the reason is because it's one step closer to getting rid of actual currency and moving in the direction of digital currency. Now, if you guys don't know about this, this is what's happening, and it's happening one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, and it's coming. Now, all the people that I watch and get my tips from are highly urging for you guys to consider more tangible goods. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about gold, silver, precious metals. It's like how I've mentioned before. A lot of people are switching to gold-backed IRAs. That's why I push Genesis Gold Group. The call is free if you guys want to call them to get a little bit more information on what's going on. And that's the thing, people. When you have people like me that recommend people like that have answers, information, it's all about becoming educated with all kinds of stuff. And money and investments right now is definitely something that you want to be thinking about. So you guys can call Genesis Gold Group if you want. See what they have to say. They are very educated people in what's going on right now. But the truth of the matter is our dollar is crashing. And a lot of people have investments, have IRAs, have money that they expect to be there down the road. Well, whether it's there or not, it's probably not going to be worth what you thought it was going to be worth. Inflation's going up, the value's going down. Tangible goods, guys, stuff that has been proven to continue to go up. That's a lot of times real estate, gold, silver, precious metals, and some other things. If you guys got tips on that kind of stuff, put it down in the comments. A lot of folks read through the comments, and we're all about giving each other some help. Anyway, guys, there's that video for more about how things are going. If you missed it, very, very good video to watch. And right over here is a video to educate you on what type of water filter you really should have with all of this craziness going on. It shows a water filter that you could get, but you don't have to get that one. You just have to get something that's comparable to that can actually get the stuff out of the water, the bad stuff. Anyway, guys, I don't want to be too pushy on anything. I just want to give you guys a lot of good information. You choose what direction you want to go. And as I know more with this evolving news, any extra tips that I have for you, I will keep you guys up to date. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.